I have four very creative, artsy little girls, and whenever I post their stuff, I get questions about how to cultivate that in them, and I wanted to show some of the art supplies and things that we do in our house, and this is a very low effort one that my kids find much more engaging than like crayons and stuff, and they do watercolor paint pretty much daily starting from the time they're like a year and a half. So I want to show you some of our supplies. I keep this bin at eye level in a cabinet that even my youngest daughter, my 2-year-old, can get out herself, and it just has a bunch of like watercolor and paint supplies. It's not super organized or anything, but a couple things that I always have that she can just set up for herself, and all of my older girls too. The first thing are the actual palettes. So there are so many different options on Amazon, but I would avoid like the classic ones that we use like in elementary school that you would buy in bulk that are like the white strip with the paint, because they're gonna have so much more fun with it if it is more pigmented and not like a very, you know, muted dull color. So we have some like this that are fine, but my very favorite palettes are this one. The brand is Grabie, whatever, Grabie, and they're on Amazon, and they have 100 color ones. And I like these the most because they last forever. And this whole side are like shimmery ones. It's kind of hard to tell, but there's like neons, they're shimmery, they're very pigmented. So when they are putting the brush to paper, it's a very bright color and it's really fun for them. So we use these palettes, and again, they're like 25, 30 bucks for this, which seems so much more expensive than the cheap ones, but they last forever and they work really well. We also keep little water cups like this. I love these ones. This one has a little bit of water in it, so hopefully it doesn't explode, but they're collapsible. So you can leave it kind of flat like this and just give them a very small amount of water, especially when they're young. Or they can go like this. They're silicone, they're dishwasher safe. And then I have just tons of random brushes. I'm not picky about the brushes at all. I also have these cups. Oh, you have more paint for me to show them? Okay, this is another version of the same palette. And then I also have these cups that are silicone. These are a little more flimsy. This one's like very heavy and won't tip over on the table, but it has dividers. So if they don't want to like contaminate their water, they can use that. And then as far as paper goes, you definitely want to have a thicker paper that's going to be able to hold up to watercolor, because if you're just using like printer paper, it's going to bleed through and rip and not hold up very well. So something that I love to do so that we're not wasting tons of big papers is get this size pack. So these are just little watercolor papers that I buy in bulk on Amazon. And again, I sometimes get bigger ones. We also have like notebooks in like 11 by 13 big sheets, but just for day-to-day, the ones that are accessible for them are these. And then it's nice because we don't, again, have just like huge stacks of paper everywhere. But my daughters get really into this really young. Something that you can do too, along with just modeling how to use it and showing them how we, you know, we dip the brush in the water, then we get the paint wet. Something else that you can do is take a little spray bottle or a mister bottle, and you're just gonna spray the paints in the palette, because then they're already kind of like ready to work with. You know, they're not like dry, like the little paint isn't dry, it's already wet. So when they dip their brush in it, it will work on paper, even if they haven't yet mastered the dipping in here, then dipping in here. So it's really fun for my girls and something that I would highly recommend trying.